Drew McIntyre, the chosen one. Doesn't mean anything. Vince McMahon hates his children. The Great American Nightmare. Cody stole that one. The Scottish Terminator. I don't even remember that nickname. The Scottish Warrior. Yeah, he's wearing a skirt. The Scottish Psychopath. I mean, you gotta be one if you claim the sword was made from the tooth of the Loch Ness Monster. With all that being said, we absolutely love the guy. From shaking his cocoa with 3MB to shaking his sword calling himself Big D. Just unlike with Matt Riddle, there are no leaks. So many rumors about Drew McIntyre's status in the WWE, but it's not looking very good. In today's video, we're gonna talk about Drew McIntyre leaving WWE, Riddle, Bunny and Priest, WWE's thoughts on Omos, fake crowd noise, and CM Punk. Just kidding, we're not talking about CM Punk again. Welcome back to another episode of Greatness of Wrestling. Absolutely love making these videos, like just doing so many different things. Absolutely love it.
Drew McIntyre.
So let's talk about Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is currently said to be sidelined with an undisclosed health issue, but reports are that he's also approaching the end of his WWE contract. Those reports have also indicated that McIntyre and management are far apart on terms, and the two-time WWE champion has fueled speculative fires about his future by blacking out his social media accounts. I saw that as well, and it's very rare that a WWE superstar would change their name or black out their, social media pictures or whatever, and it doesn't mean anything. It's always the case. Something fishy is going on. Now, Drew McIntyre got drafted to Monday Night Raw, but we haven't seen him yet. So we heard these rumors before, that he's not happy with creative, he's not happy with his money, but then we saw reports that it's all just fine, so I don't know what to believe, but that's the fun of it. We're here to speculate. If McIntyre wants more money, I don't know how much he's getting paid, but his stock has risen quite a lot, so I believe he probably has a very good reason. So pay him up. Yeah, I'm such a good businessman. Just pay people money, Vince. Now, when it comes to Drew McIntyre's creative, I can also see that. It just so happens to be that he was in a very unfortunate, situation. He became the WWE champion, but the people weren't there. His whole WWE championship title reign was during a pandemic, so he didn't get to experience what he wanted to. I remember how much invested I was in Drew McIntyre back then. Seeing these documentaries, seeing him getting the news that, we're not gonna get people was absolutely heartbreaking. And, to me, Drew McIntyre looks like a very nice dude, a very humble, guy, a big team player in my opinion. I would be very sad if Drew McIntyre would leave the WWE. His creative, I feel like something definitely was missing. Sure, Roman Reigns is the WWE champion, I get that, but at the same time, you couldn't find an interesting story for Drew McIntyre on SmackDown for over a year, and the only time we got anything remotely interesting was that triple threat match, which didn't even have that much of a build anyway, and we only cared about this match because it's Gunther, Drew McIntyre, and Sheamus. I don't know, man. I feel like I get where he's coming from. I hope WWE are gonna be smart. Drew McIntyre leaving would be a big deal, and with the World Heavyweight Championship returning, now Drew could focus on the WWE World title, and he would make that championship prestigious. If anyone could, it's Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins at this point. So hopefully Big D is staying in the WWE.
I'll beat the shit out of you.
Let's talk about Matt Riddle. More specifically, let's talk about Riddle's privates. Let's talk about Riddle's Coco. Let's talk about Riddle's Schmecko. Let's talk about Riddle's Coco Jumbo. Let's talk about Riddle's Spinaroonie. Let's talk about Riddle's Penisevich. Apparently, a video of Riddle shaking his ding-dong, swinging it around, is, on Twitter. A lot of people are sharing it. Not gonna show you for quite a few reasons. But apparently there's a video of Riddle just having some very, very good time. Not the first time something got leaked about Riddle. Now, obviously, this is not a big deal, but we've got some worse leaks from Riddle, and every time I see it, I just feel like, oh my god, he's such a douchebag, And him swinging around his Coco is not that big of a deal. He's just having fun, He's just enjoying himself. In all seriousness, that sucks, man. Leaking shit. I always feel so sorry for wrestlers or anyone that get their stuff leaked. Like, I imagine getting your PP leaked and it's in a soft position like that sock, the small version of your PP. That would be the most embarrassing thing ever. If you're gonna leak it, at least leak it in full power. Anyway, just wanted to talk about it. Don't feel bad, Riddle. It's not a small pee-pee. Keep shaking your ding-dong. Keep having fun. And if you end up liking this video, it will end up growing even more.
I enter the money. Sorry.
I want to talk about Bad Bunny and Damian Priest. WRKD Wrestling says there is already hope backstage within WWE to use Bad Bunny at SummerSlam. Everyone loved the street fight at Backlash. Yes, including the fans. That was a great performance by Bad Bunny. Seeing that entrance and everybody singing along, my man looked like a superstar, like Stone Cold Steve Austin in his prime. So hopefully that's the case. It took me a while for me to understand Bad Bunny, like unlike with Logan Paul. Like Logan Paul is an athlete, I get it. With Bad Bunny, it was kinda weird, but now since he has a few matches, I can kinda see him as a tough guy, right? I feel like one person is not getting enough credit though, and that is Damian Priest. I thought about it. Is him losing against Bad Bunny a big deal? And at the end of the day, probably not, because imagine this. A lot of news outlets, not wrestling dirt sheets, are gonna talk about Bad Bunny, a music sensation, defeating Damian Priest. So a lot of people are going to find out about Damian Priest. This is a career-making moment, probably. Damian Priest has been getting a ton of praise from WWE management for his recent work, up to and including his street fight at Backlash. That from Pro Wrestling Insider Elite, which also said one source told them Priest has to be seen as one of the top level players in the company going forward. I'm gonna be honest, when we got this tournament, I looked at Damian Priest differently, especially after that promo. He has this legitimacy right now, and it's weird how Damian Priest is one of these guys where you look at him and you know he's a future world champion, but something was missing. I always felt the same way about Rhea Ripley. She always looked so different, like you can tell she's the woman. Still, something was kinda missing, and now look at her. So I believe Damian Priest is slowly getting into that territory as well. And again, he deserves a lot of praise. He protected Bad Bunny, slowly becoming one of my favorite WWE wrestlers right now.
Hello, Homo sapiens.
Let's talk about Omos. Insider also reported company officials were happy with Omos' match at Backlash, calling it one of the best he's had. One of the best he's had. That was literally the only good Omos match in the WWE, if we're not counting his tag team matches with AJ Styles. This was a very good wrestling match. Like, I'm not even saying just because Omos and my expectations are low. No, this was a very entertaining match between a giant and a smaller dude. Good for Omos. Happy for the dude. Moving forward, can he please win something? Like, I know he wasn't supposed to win against Seth Rollins, but he's always in these big matches and he always ends up losing, so at one point we just can't take him serious. The same thing happened with the Big Show and later on with Kane. I feel like losses matter at a certain point.
Say what if you like to sleep with your own sister?
And lastly, I want to talk about the crowd noise. On Monday Night Raw, we heard a lot of piping crowd noise. Just listen to this shit. WRKD Wrestling knows that WWE's production team felt they were in a no-win scenario with the Monday Night Raw crowd this week, considering Jacksonville wasn't as hot as Puerto Rico this past weekend. And their only choice was to pipe in crowd noise or broadcast the silent crowd on TV. Yeah, their only choice is to fake it. Are you serious with this shit? Of course it's not gonna be like Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico doesn't have Monday Night Raw every week. I would rather listen to a silent crowd, hear a fart from some dude, but it's real, you know? I wanna know who's getting booed, who's not getting any reaction. I wanna know who's getting a huge pop. Like, now we don't know. They can manipulate that. I hate it. We all know crowd is one of the most important aspects of professional wrestling, and you're ruining it. WWE, you are ruining it. But thank you for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about Drew McIntyre? Is he leaving? Hopefully not. The Great One, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.